And looking at the times as well, Toprak Razgatlioglu fast in the first sector. Keep an eye on that timing tower on the left-hand side of the screen. A red sector means you're on course to move to the top of the times, and an orange means you're on course for a personal best. You can see Baz about to come across the line.
It's Haslam behind him who's on a really strong lap. Leon Haslam moving up from 13th position. Where will he go? It's P1. Leon Haslam goes provisional pole at 136.856. Baz only able to go 6th, and Leon Haslam, who's been an average of just 8th on the grid this season, provisionally sits in P1.
Just looking down the order as well, Jonas Folger had been on course for a fast lap, gone away in the middle of the lap, so he's now tried to ease off to try and get that second lap out of the tyre. Toprak though on a really fast lap, up by half a second into the final sector. This is where the Yamaha works really well, so he's trying to make sure he's able to set a really fast time. If you're able to get down to the low 36s around here, you're really pulling.
Toprak Razgatlioglu, the Turkish youngster, started this season in fine fashion, has been somewhat off the boil of late. Could it be a first pole position of his career? A 136.151, that's astonishing pace. The fastest we've seen all weekend so far. Toprak goes pole. Fantastic effort there from Toprak Razgatlioglu. Michael Vandermark goes P4, 136.9 for him. So 7/10 of a second is now Toprak's lead, and he's going even better on this latest lap.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to hold on for a second lap. You can see for Chaz Davis, he wasn't able to hold on for a second lap on his Q tyre, but up by 1/10 of a second in Sector 1, Toprak. It's going to be a challenge to try and make 2 really fast laps out of that Q tyre. Haslam hasn't been able to do it. Scott Redding's session is over. He's not going to be able to get out and try and get a lap time in, but further down the order, Javi Forres with a really good effort to move himself up into 6th position as it stands right now.
And Jonas Folger on a good lap as well, so watch out for Jonas Folger. Michael Ruben Rinaldi currently down in 12th position. He's got ground to make up, hoping to move provisionally onto the 3rd row of the grid. Alex Lowe's is on a decent lap as well. Lowe's is directly in front of him, so Lowe's will be the first of these two to come to the line. Currently down in P10. Lowe's does enough to go 6th. Michael Ruben Rinaldi displacing him goes 4th, and Toprak Razgatlioglu has lost ground in the second half of the lap, so it doesn't look as though the riders can generally get that extra lap out, and Lowe's is certainly not going to be able to. He's bailed on it at turn 1.
Yeah, the only rider to keep an eye out on now is Garrett Gerloff. He was the last rider to leave the pits, hasn't started his fast lap. Scott Redding able to at least get out and make sure that his bike's going to be okay. He's not going to be able to set a lap time, but he can at least do his siding lap and then come back to the pit, so he's going to at least get a chance to see if that bike's working well. We'll keep an eye out for Gerloff. You can see Folger on the 94, his lap went away from him on his second lap on the Q tyre.
That's disappointment for Jonas Folger then, who remains down in 10th position. Loris Baz for company in P11. As you've said, it's Garrett Gerloff who's the man to watch in the closing stages. The checkered flag about to fall. Gerloff's only going to get one shot at this. He's slightly down on Razgatlioglu through the first sector. 3 sectors still to come to try and improve, but what a margin there is between Razgatlioglu and Haslam in P2. Nonetheless, this will be Haslam's best Superpole effort of 2020.
Yeah, you can see his teammate all the way down in 13th spot as well there, so that's going to give Haslam a real boost going into this afternoon's race. Gerloff, through that first sector, he was off by half a tenth. He's off by 1/10 at Sector 2. He's still got a real chance being able to put his Yamaha on the front row of the grid.